everyone, today I will bring you along with me as I paint the Toronto skyline. I decided to get some supplies from Michael's and my local dollar store. Before leaving to go to the store, I headed to michaels.com because they always have coupons. There was a very awesome deal going on while I checked for my coupons. I was able to get a 55% off coupons to use on an item. After printing my coupon, I headed to Michael's and got the supplies I needed from there. I picked up canvases, which also came with a few bottles of paint and a brush, and I also grabbed a palette on which I can put my paint. As for the brushes and most of my paint, I decided to wait to get it at the dollar store because it is way cheaper over there. So, after going to Michael's, I headed to Dollarama. They had a wide variety of painting supplies. Not only did they have canvases, they also had cute stuff to paint like baskets, birdhouses, and more. As for the paint, they had so many different colors. I decided to go only with the primary colors, and I will mix them up to create all sorts of different shades. All my materials were so cheap. With the coupons and by shopping at Dollarama, I got to get all the supplies I needed while staying on a budget. Now, as you can see, with my two canvases, as I was saying, I got some tubes of paint and a paintbrush. I got a black and white, which is perfect because with those, as well as the yellow, red, and blue, I will be able to create any color I want. Now that I have all the supplies I need and I'm all set up, let's get started. For the first shade, I wanted a darker blue or a blue with a greenish tone. So I decided to add some black into my blue and then mix it all up to create the shade I wanted. I had to add a little more blue and then also a little more black to make the desired shade. And as you can see, I am not using a paintbrush. I am actually using paper towel. Just rip a piece off and bunch it all up, and then you just dab your canvas. It creates a very cool effect and it turns out really good when you're painting a sky. There's no specific way to dab, how hard, how fast, how light or dark you want the paint to be. It's all up to you. I wanted my sky to be very colorful, so I went on to mix on more colors and add them on. I am now adding a very distinct color. It's a dark blue with a hint of purple. I think it's perfect to put in between the colors I already have. It will bring them all together. Now, for the last color that will be part of my sky, I decided to go with a very light blue. When I will be painting my city skyline, I want the CN Tower and the Rogers Center to be very visible, so that's why I chose to go with a lighter shade. Now this is how the sky turned out. The orange part, however, will not be visible when I add my skyline in. I am now taking my black paint and I will go on to paint the city. I decided to start with the CN Tower because it is the main focus of the painting. It is also one of the most popular attractions in Toronto and is very well known in Canada and even internationally. CN Tower, I decided to paint some buildings to the right and then went on to paint the Rogers Centre to the left. The Rogers Centre is located downtown Toronto, literally right beside the CN Tower. It is a multi-purpose dome. It is home of the MLB team, the Toronto Blue Jays, and was home to the CFL team, the Toronto Argos, for the longest time. It is also the host of many big events and concerts. After painting the dome, I went on to paint more buildings to the left of it. And then after that, I just filled out the rest of the skyline with black paint. For better results, make sure your sky is dry before putting on the black paint, because I did not wait long enough and it just made it harder, and I had to go in and refill it again to make sure there were no spots missing. Before finishing all up, I just went on to retouch the Rogers Centre to make sure it looked even better. So this is the final product. I think it turned out very great. This was so much fun. It looked quite difficult, but it was not as hard as it seemed. You can do this with any city of your choice and even any sky you want. The possibilities are endless.